Welcome. Thank you so much for joining today. My name is Melissa, and I'm here to lead you through mindful stretch. We will practice together for 15 minutes today. So we'll do a little bit of a combination of mindfulness meditation and also stretching practice. As we go through class today, just a reminder to listen to your body. If any stretches are not working for you, please skip them, come on out and modify. Things that you'll need for your class today is you'll want to have a mat, so something a little bit squishy, something that can support you through the stretching practice. And I always love practicing with the blanket and also the yoga block. So if you have those, that's great. And you don't have to have them. So if you don't have them, no worries. It's not that you won't be able to do the practice. They're just there to give a little bit of assistance through the class. So as we go through our class today, I was thinking we could do a nice full body stretch and just focus on the common areas of complaint, the shoulders, the back body, the low back, and work into the legs and the hips as well. As we start, I wanted to share a passage that I came across the other day. And as I read it, it just had me thinking about this class. You can't give what you don't have. So if you want to help others, you've got to take care of yourself first. This is why they always tell you on airplanes that you have to put your oxygen mask on first before you help someone else with theirs. And, just thinking about this class, how it's 15 minutes in the middle of the day, I think that it is a nice time to, just take a step back and to do something very nurturing to your mind and your body. I know that we all have so many responsibilities in life and pulled in so many different directions. Life is so busy. This is really that time to, put the oxygen mask on yourself so that after class, you can show up to the responsibilities that you have in life a little bit more filled up and with a bit more to give. So you should feel really good about that. You should feel good that you made some time for yourself today. Let's get started in a seated position. So we'll just take a nice, comfortable seated pose. Give yourself an opportunity to close the eyes. Give yourself an opportunity to take some nice, deep full breaths in and out to really land on the mat here. As we start with mindfulness, just take a moment to feel your body sitting here. Feel the edges of legs grounding down, the edges of the feet rooting down as well. Lengthen your spine, lengthen the back of your neck. Reach and stretch through the crown of the head. And then begin to take a moment to connect with your breath, the gentle rise and the gentle fall of the breath. And take a moment to drop your chin to your chest, lengthen the back of the neck, and then gaze up towards the sky. Head can gently relax back. And let's take a moment to move forward and back. We're going to take that 2 times forward and 2 times back. Bring yourself into a neutral neck. Full breath here to lengthen. Right ear to right shoulder. Let's begin to gently soften. We'll bring ourselves back to center, realign, lengthen, left ear to left shoulder. And side to side, let's go 2 times to the right and 2 times to the left. Bring yourself back to neutral. Full breath here to lengthen. Gaze off the right shoulder. Float yourself back to center. Let's realign here. Gaze off the left shoulder. And taking this moment just to go side to side twist. So twisting to the right, twisting to the left. And then as you're twisting here with your in-breath, feel your spine lengthening. On your out-breath, allow for your twist to move even deeper. We'll come back on through to center, taking your hands at your heart, chin to your chest. Let's do a bit of a rounding here on the exhale. And heart floats forward. Let's open those hands out to the sides of the room, and then we're going to open into this nice heart opening stretch. And chin to chest. Let's do a round of your back. Really try to compress the front body. Heart floats forward, shoulders relax back and down. Flow with your breath here. So we'll just make our way through a cat and a dog stretch. Lengthen your spine as you inhale. Lengthen your spine as you exhale. As you inhale, feel your shoulders relax from your ears. Create some space between the ears and the shoulders. Feel the shoulder blades moving down your back. And then on the exhale, really rounding through your back body. So imagining creating space between the shoulder blades. Let's gently release the hands down. We're going to bring it forward into a table position. And then as you come into table, you can always grab a blanket to pad your knees. Knees, hips in line, wrists, shoulders in line. And feel the fingers stand nice and wide here. Ground through your index finger and ground through your thumb. Let's take a moment to circle the ribs. So we'll start by gently lowering the stomach down, lifting the heart. We'll find a back bend here. Glide your ribs to the right. Glide your ribs up towards the sky. Glide your ribs to the left. And then begin to lower. Take the ribs down towards the mat, shift them to the right, guide them to the sky, slide them to the left, lower, and let's go one more time here. Nice big circle. And reverse. Let's flow in the other direction. Make sure that we're creating that equal mobility when we do our circling, always circling in the other direction. Good. Let's take a moment here. We'll take a nice full breath in, lifting to down dog as you exhale. Toes curl under, hips to the sky. And shake it out a little bit here. Bend one knee, then the other knee. Relax your head, yes. Relax your head, no. Try to get very grounded here in those hands. Fan out the fingers wide. Press through your index finger, press through your thumb. Knees. Begin to lower hips to heels for a child's pose. We'll take a nice hip stretch or leg stretch. So we have a couple options here. If you have your knees together, that will help to open up your low back. You take your big toes to touch and you have your knees from one another. That will give you a hip stretch and a leg stretch. With your exhale, just trying to melt yourself deeper into the stretch. Maybe do a scan of your body, noticing where you're holding onto tension. And then with the tension, with the exhale, just letting that tension go. Let's come on up. We're going to pop forward into our table and let's sweep the feet to the right or the left. We're going to come back on through to seated. And then as you take seated, draw the soles of your feet to touch. Take your knees away from one another and feel the insides of your feet opening, almost like you're opening a book here. Full breath here, spine lengthens, and options to come down if you'd like. Hands can walk out in front. You can also take your elbows and draw them into the knees to take those knees a little further from one another. Feel yourself breathing in and out through your nose. Lengthen your in-breath. Lengthen your out-breath. Maybe encouraging the exhale to be a little bit longer than the inhale. Bringing yourself back on up. Hands can bring those knees in. Let's shake our legs out a little bit. Come down onto your back. Take your knees to your chest, hug them in. And a little rock to the right and to the left here. Nice massage for your low back. Let's bring ourselves into a hip opener. We'll take our right leg up and over, finding a figure 4 stretch. Staying here, if you'd like to intensify your stretch, reach for the back of your left leg. Reach for the front of your left leg. If you're feeling extra flexible, you could sweep both of your arms around both of the legs. And then we'll be here for a moment. So this is a wonderful hip stretch and leg stretch. It is also a great stretch if you ever experience sciatica. It helps to take pressure from the sciatic nerve. And this is also a nice way to modify the pigeon pose. So if you're ever taking a yoga class or a stretch class and pigeon is being taught, and maybe that pose is a little too much for you, it doesn't really work for your body right now, you can always take this option. This is a very nice modification, but you still get a wonderful stretch. Let's take a moment to unwrap the legs. We'll bring our left leg up and over. Have your foot on the ground. Reach for the front of your right knee. Maybe reach for the back of your leg as well. And then maybe both of the arms around both of the legs. This one's nice too, because if you did want it to be more intense of a stretch, you could use your arm strength and your shoulder strength to really draw that leg into your body. Let's release this one. Reach for your feet, take a happy baby stretch. So flexing your feet, reaching through your heels, a little rock to the right and a little rock to the left. Grabbing onto those knees, core engages. Let's do a little sweep through the spine for seated. And then as you come into seated, you can sit in any way that feels comfortable for your body. Let's take a moment here to just circle out that low back. Maybe find large circles here, maybe find smaller circles. And this one is nice for getting into your low back, mid back, and upper back. We'll begin to circle in the other direction, reverse. And as you're circling, feel your body reacting to the movement as you shift your weight to the right. Maybe feel that left sitting bone and left leg lifting from the ground. And come to stillness here. Thank you so much for joining today. It's great to be here for Mindful Stretch. I hope that you enjoyed the practice. Have a wonderful day today. If you enjoyed today's class, maybe join me for chair yoga. I teach that on Fridays at 10 o'clock. So you'll just need your chair that's at your desk is great. And we do a half hour of stretching in the chair or using the chair. Have a good one. We'll see you soon.
Thank you, Melissa.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.